Good evening, students. Okay, so the idea about this workshop is what mistakes students generally they do in their UPSC preparation. I will discuss with you. If you have any query, if you feel like if you have already given the attempt, you have faced this problem, so you have to discuss with me. Okay. So now here, online students also, if there is any query you have, if you have any doubt, you can put in comment. Okay. So now here, first thing I tell you about test series management. First thing what I have seen, like in the very first year of the preparation, mainly students they attend coaching and they hardly do any test series, MCQ practice or mains answer writing for UPSC preparation. Because their target is just to cover up the syllabus and they are not able to do MCQs, they don't know where they stand and they face problem in their prelims attempt. Okay. But whereas I have observed one thing, uh, you can see not like 100% I will say, but like those who have done IIT, like those who have done like uh, their MBBS from AIMS, in their life they have done one competition early and with like that is India level competition. And I have observed those people in the very first year they do test series management. I tell you, I tell you. See, there are three things: test. It can be your prelims or mains test, mock test. I mean, which you can give at coaching or at your room, at your library. But what is important here? Pre-test, post-test. See where you stand. There is a candidate A, he or she is scared about the test. They just keep on reading. And many students they belong to this category. Whenever there is test, they avoid test. Their mind tell them like you have to cover, you have to read, you have to read, you have not read properly. So first you have to read. They are just scared of the test. So here this is really a harmful strategy. ठीक है, अगर आप टेस्ट नहीं देंगे, you just keep on reading and you don't appear for the test, see here it is not going to work. Now there are candidates, what they do in the second attempt mainly or third attempt, then they realize they have followed some topper, some mentor, some people like those who have idea about UPSC preparation. They told like MCQs are very very important, here answer writing is very very important, then they do this. They read, they give test, they read, they give test, they give, they read test, they read, they give test, and so till they fail. This type of student also sometimes they fail in prelims. Very less student, very less, very less. They just keep on giving test, but very less. I don't think so ki there is a student who just appear in the test. After 2-3 attempt, like some senior people in UPSC field as far as concerned, those who have already given 2-3 attempt, those who have read their things earlier, they sometimes start doing this test and post test analysis. I tell you what is pre-test, what is mock test, what is post test. And what is ideal? Ideal is this. Pre-test is before the test, you have to read that syllabus, you have to cover that thing for your GS, for your CS. Then you have to give test so that you can check where you stand. हमें अपनी औकात पता लगती रहनी चाहिए actually. That is very much required in UPSC exam. But student they avoid test because they have fear about low score. They feel if their score will be less, they get demoralized. And finally, they appear in the UPSC exam and they get negative result. Here it will cost you money and time. You have to check where you stand timely, which is very, very important. And here not only test, you have to do post-test analysis also. You have to see if there is a test of 2 hours and you are just giving 2 hours to the test, it is not going to work. It is the worst strategy you have. What you have to do, you give test for 2 hours, then you take half an hour to do analysis on the test. That how many questions you have attempted, how many correct, how many wrong, where you have done carelessness, and make the list of the topic where you are still getting stuck. In GS, like where you are getting confused in 2 to answer options. This is the common mistake student they face, like they are getting stuck in 2 to answer options. So you have to make list of that. Then after that, you have to work on that problem area. See, last year in our mentorship batch, there was a student, I asked him to do this. Then he has done one wonderful job. Here, for each and every test, he maintained the register. What he has done, he maintained one register where what he has done, he has written the all the concept where he got stuck and he have done the problem, and every month he keep on revising that register also, because it is your weak areas. After this, I tell you a concept of funnel, and if you work on that funnel concept, it will take less time. You have to identify your weak area again and again. So here, if you are at this test, don't be scared of the test. Daily test, weekly test, you have to give. You have to read about the test, the syllabus padhna hai, you have to give test, and the post test also. If a test take 2 hours, then you have to spend 10 more hours on that. टेस्ट देने के बाद भी उसके ऊपर 10 घंटा आपको इन्वेस्ट करना है. कैसे इन्वेस्ट करना है? हाफ एन आवर फॉर द एनालिसिस. You have to make the list of your weak areas. Then you have to read that weak area. And I tell you, you check your concentration level. Your concentration level before test and after test, there is a difference. You have a better concentration here. And which is required. There is a difference in your concentration level. See, before test, you read casually. But after giving the test, you have in your mind that this question I have done mistake. So this is the concept I have to learn. Then you read very carefully, which is required actually. So it is very, very important. If in your preparation, you don't have post-test analysis and the post-test work, it means you are lagging. It is very, very important. You have to work on it. See, what is important in UPSC preparation, second thing is a funnel concept. Funnel concept is, see, I have seen student, the second mistake what they do, they keep on reading their strong area again and again, just to give yourself a pseudo confidence, to have a high morale. मतलब आपको प्रेशर ना आए इसलिए आप क्या करते हो, आपकी जो फेवरेट चीज है उसी को बार बार पढ़ते रहते हो, so that you give a message to your mind ki that yes, I'm working for my UPSC preparation, I'm spending my 8 or 10 hour daily basis. But it is total waste, because if you are reading your strong area again and again, so here if your score is 70, maximum it will become 75. You are not working on your weak areas. There will be a pressure in your mind, but you have to work on your weak areas also. So what you have to do, when you give test, you get a funnel or filter. Filter in the sense, like if there are 100 questions, 40 questions you are comfortable, 60 questions still you are not comfortable. You have to make list of this 60 concept where you are not comfortable yet. And you have to work hard for this 60. Then again you can give one more test next week or maybe after 20 days. Then what you will find, out of 100 you might be comfortable in 60 concept, 40 concept maybe new concept or maybe some concept from the old list only. फिर आपके सामने 40 concept ऐसे आएंगे जिसमें अभी भी confusion है. And this 40 concept might be the new concept, might be some concept from the old list. ऐसा भी हो सकता है old list में से भी कुछ concept बचे. So what you do, you work on this 40 again. Then next it will be a small list of 20 concepts. Because UPSC will trap you. if you leave anything like ecology convention, generally I have seen students, they avoid ecology convention because there is a pressure. You make a chart, you take 1 day, don't try to cover in 1 hour. If it required like 5 hours, give 7 hours. You keep your mind calm, you give extra time, sit properly, take a chart, as we are doing in school days. School days में chart बनाते थे ना, बड़े innovative, for science teacher, for social science teacher. Why you can't make chart for yourself now? Colorful chart. Why you are making your preparation black and white right now? So you can make a colorful chart of your ecology convention and you write on a single chart. So that give a wonderful idea, like these are conventions talk about this, then these are the issues, this has been resolved in this convention. Now you get a trail, you get a chronology, and you have better understanding that. It will not be a ratification, it will be a conceptual clarity for your that conventions to convention, next convention, next conventions. Then your topic is over. After that, when you give any test and you have a question on convention, you will get correct answer for sure. फंसाएगा यूपीएससी, कभी प्रीलिम्स में फंसा लेगा, मेंस में फंसा लेगा, नहीं तो इंटरव्यू में फंसा लेगा. Don't leave your weak areas. Okay. Now next problem here is student, what they do there in UPSC preparation is they do patchwork. Patchwork in the sense, like here you read some concept of Lakshmikant or polity, then you read something from geography. You keep on changing your subject too frequently. And what you do, like if you got failed in one attempt, then what you do, you just identify the problem area of that prelims. आप उस prelims में क्या करते हो, उसका analysis करते हो, then you identify like I got stuck in this particular concept, and then you patchwork on that. See, you have to build a new road. It means that give a idea, if your score is 70, your overall preparation is 35%. See, you have to do that analysis for test series, not for UPSC exam. आपने UPSC का एक prelims exam दिया, and in GS your score is 70. Then immediately after that, after 10-15 days or within a week, what student they do, they make list of the topic where they got stuck or they have done mistake, and they start working on that topic. See here, it will help you for the test series, not for UPSC exam. UPSC exam give a idea, if out of 200 your score is 70 and cutoff is around 90, ठीक है, don't target 90, target 120. पहले तो आपका टारगेट ही गलत है. अगर आप 90 को ही टारगेट कर रहे हो, then your score has to be less. Your score is always less as compared to your target. That is clear. If you target 90, your score will be 80, 70, 60. If your target is 120, your score will be 190. If your target is 140, but don't be like you're over ambitious also. Don't target 200. That is not achievable. Okay? फिर हालत खराब हो जाएगी. So here, but have a target which is 20 or 25% more than your cutoff. Actually, you have to target that. So point is, so it means as compared to 120, if your score is 70, your preparation is 60%. आपकी preparation 60% है UPSC के हिसाब से. It's not only few topic will make you to qualify next year. It means you have to fill the gap in your preparation 40%. So don't do patchwork. Okay, we have to do the basic. We have to make a list of our weak areas again and again, and we have to work on them. Now the fourth problem here is, many students, they have done this in their UPSC preparation, is there is a concept called partial give up. I tell you what is partial give up. And it is the problem with 99% of the UPSC candidates. There is total give up. Many students, what they do, they like here come for UPSC preparation, within 2-3 months they realize that this is not their cup of tea, they leave the preparation, they go for corporate sector, Saturday Sunday they enjoy, कम से कम क्लियर था उनको, ठीक है, वो छोड़ के चले. But here the students, those who are in Rajinder Nagar, Patel Nagar, or like those who are preparing for UPSC from their hometown or any of the area, maximum student, they have this problem of partial give up. I tell you what is partial give up. You start with your polity preparation and you are highly motivated. तो ऐसा है कि आप पूरी रात में जैसे लक्ष्मीकांत फाड़ दोगे, ऐसा मोटिवेशन आपका पहले दिन. फर्स्ट डे यू हैव रेड 5 चैप्टर ऑफ लक्ष्मीकांत, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट डे 4 चैप्टर, देन 3 चैप्टर. विद इन 4-5 डेज सारा मोटिवेशन फुस हो गया. ये होता है जनरली. Like in 4-5 days, your energy level is zero as far as polity is concerned. Then you pick up new subject. Just to keep yourself busy for 8 to 10 hours on daily basis, so that you will not get demoralized, or so that like here you have a pseudo confidence that you are working at least, to avoid that guilt feeling. स्टूडेंट्स को एक गिल्ट फीलिंग आती है अगर वो खाली बैठे हैं, ठीक है. टू अवॉइड दैट गिल्ट फीलिंग यू कीप योरसेल्फ बिजी फॉर 8 to 10 hours. But for that, what you do, you started with polity, but within a week you got demoralized. Polity side geography, 3-4 days geography, geography side history, history side science and tech, but you are not doing anything in a concrete. Why? What happened? What is the problem here? When you start anything, it's easy to start, but it's difficult to continue. Okay? And here it happens with any of the hobby, any of the habit, any of the things you want to learn. You want to learn swimming. First day you are highly motivated. Within a week you get bit demoralized. ठीक है, होगा, वो हर किसी में होता है. But you have to continue it. Otherwise you will not learn. You have to handle that pressure. You have to continue. There will be a feeling like you have a pressure after a week, 10 days. यहाँ पे चस करेगा, but you have to handle it. And believe me, it is a game of 40. If you can hold that pressure for 40 days, then you will start loving your preparation. Then you will be at next phase. Like many people, they do jogging. When you start jogging, in starting, okay, you are highly motivated. बड़े खुशी jogging करते. After 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer, you start like there is a pain in your calf muscle and you have pain in your leg muscle, and many people they give up, वो side में बैठ जाए. There are people they continue for 3-4 more kilometers, and you can see their face. So here they have that happiness. You have to overcome that stage. 90% student are that stage where you started your jogging, but after 1 or 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, you give up and you have changed the exercise or you change the subject totally. But believe me, you continue. If you started your Lakshmikant, complete that Lakshmikant. You can check. I can tell you, any one of you. You can check your Lakshmikant. Starting few chapter of Lakshmikant, you have done multiple reading. Whereas the last few chapter वो आपको बुला रहे हैं, भैया मुझे एक बार तो खोल लो आप. You have not read for single time. Because every time you start with a good motivation, after 10-12 chapter, motivation over, Lakshmikant side, then new book. So what happened? Starting few chapter, you have done multiple reading. So you are very good in starting chapter, but the last chapters, you are not comfortable. If there is a question from the last chapter concept, you will not able to. So it means your management is not good. You are selectively good in polity. You are not good in overall polity. So this is one of the problems. Next is fourth problem student they face study material. There is a saying in Hindi, बावला या तो खुजलाए नहीं, खुजलाए तो खून निकाल दे. Either the student they have very selective study material or they start doing PhD. या तो थोड़ा सा material पढ़ेंगे, only NCERT. They might have seen topper says NCERT is important, but no topper has said on YouTube publicly only NCERT is important. किसी ने भी नहीं बोला होगा कि for geography you have to read only NCERT. This is your mind has guided you because your mind is Kamcha. So your mind guide you to interpret that statement like only NCERT is important. No topper has said publicly कि only NCERT is important. NCERT is important, but for geography I have seen mainly when I interact with the student from last 5 years, I interacted with n number of students. when I ask tell me your sources of geography, he says sir I have read NCR. Okay. See here, only NCRT is not sufficient. And some student they say sir I have read 4 or 5 books. So both are harmful. So you should have a adequate study material. So what you do, you have a list of your syllabus topic wise. Then you see this topic, what book you refer, and if you have read any book, yeah, like for history, some people for modern history read Spectrum, some student for history they read Bipin Chandra, okay, and some student they are reading Bipin Chandra, then suddenly they met someone, they say yeah Spectrum is good, Bipin Chandra is not good, and then they throw Bipin Chandra in the, like here, trash or raddi. Don't do this also, because you have read Vipin Chandra 2 times. You have given time to that book. Don't waste it. Don't make it a 0. If you have read any book for any of the subject, what you do, you keep that with you, but there will be gap. Each and every book have gap, except few books. This a political Lakshmikant is really good, but we don't have Lakshmikant type of book for each and every subject. तो हमारे पास हर सब्जेक्ट के लिए लक्ष्मीकांत नहीं है. So here chances are very high. Here whatever the study material you have decided, whatever the book list you have decided, maybe you have followed some topper, maybe you ask some of your senior, maybe you ask some of your mentor, you will find there are some gap. Try to fill the gap. Don't replace your study material. हर बुक में कुछ ना कुछ गैप है. Only the task you have to do, you have to just fill the gap. Because if you replace your study material, it means you have to do new effort. फिर आपको जीरो से स्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा. And that time you don't have. You don't have that much time. Okay. So if you have read any book, make a list. Or what you can do for this, many students they have problem with study material. So in our mentorship program, we have mentor. So you can have half an hour mentorship session. It is free. You can ask at the reception if you have problem with study material and other things. You can give your number. You can take a time slot. So you can discuss with mentor. Okay. So what is important here? You should have a adequate study material. Na kam, na jada. Okay, this is very, very important. Now next thing is, next point is, see here, I tell you one example. Your exam is on 25th May, prelims exam. And some of you have prepared your mind in such a way that in month of May we will work hard like anything. You get 12 hours daily. But this exam is the toughest exam in India because of you people. Exam tough nahi hai. It is toughest because of the candidate. Students क्या है कि they are really struggling for the IAS, IPS, this type of post. And they struggle for multiple years. ऐसा नहीं कि 1-2 साल ट्राई करके चले जाते हैं. There are the people they try for 4 year, 5 year, 10 year के लिए ट्राई करते हैं. Because of that, this exam become the toughest because you keep on struggling for this exam. So here only 1 month stamina is not important. Try to have that stamina for 1 year, or like at least start from today for next 6 months. Try to have that much energy, but not like 12 hours, you will exhaust. At least try to maintain 8 to 10 hours per day, and in a serious mode. You are planning to have a serious mode in month of April, May, because I have seen student, when you read something and you get some factual information, your response is ऊपर ऊपर से पढ़ लेते हैं and factual thing we will do पक्के वाली revision later. सही होता है ना, पक्की रिवीजन बाद में, वो बाद में ही होगी. That you will not get time where you have to make a final revision because your syllabus is too large. It is a huge syllabus we have. So what you do, whatever you are covering, make sure it is your final revision. If it is a factual thing, try to remember today itself. With some mnemonic, I will tell you some memorization technique that will help you. Because if you leave this for later, then here later you will not able to manage each and everything because your syllabus is huge, both bada syllabus. So here the attitude what we are expecting in month of May, better have the same attitude from today itself. And these are the winter month, better utilize this December, January, Feb month to cram the things, to remember things, to take the stress. Because if you put all the stress in the month of May, पहले गर्मी होगी और ये गर्म हो जाएगा, और ये गर्म हो गया ना, इसको रीस्टार्ट करना मुश्किल हो जाएगा, इट विल गिव अप, फिर माइंड क्या हो जाए ना, फ्रीज हो जाता है, भरी गर्मी में फ्रीज हो जाता है, ये फ्रीज मतलब काम करना छोड़ देता है, योर माइंड विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट द फैक्ट, पढ़ रहे होंगे बट माइंड में डाइजेस्ट नहीं होगा वो, दैट इज कॉल्ड, होता है ये, यू थिंक कि लाइक फ्रीज होना लाइक दैट, व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, यू आर कीप ऑन रीडिंग बट एक्चुअली यू आर नॉट रिमेम्बरिंग, आपके सामने बुक खुली है बट इफेक्टिवली यू आर नॉट कवरिंग दैट थिंग, व्हाई यू पुट टू मच प्रेशर इन अ लेस स्पैन ऑफ टाइम, so you have to distribute your pressure. Abhi say like here you target one subject in a better way so that you have good score. जैसे अब बताता हूँ, I have seen student when they appear for the test, like in polity test, ठीक है, polity full and test, polity only, subject wise, it is of 200 marks and their score come 90. लास्ट ईयर तो कट ऑफ थोड़ा ज्यादा था बट एवरेज कट ऑफ 80, 85, 90 एक्स एंड दे गेट 90, आर वेरी हैप्पी दैट आई स्कोर 90 in polity and UPSC cut off is 85 only, so I can easily qualify UPSC. I tell you, this is your favorite subject where you score 90. Can you score 90 in art and culture? No. Can you score 90 in science and tech, ecology, all the subjects? Will you have the same score or better score? No. So here what is important, there are 8 subjects in your prelims. Out of 8 subjects, in 4 subjects you have to score high marks like 120 plus, and other subject your score has to be 100 or in the range of 100, so that your overall score become 110 plus, so that you can qualify. In polity, 90 is not a good score out of 200. And even if you attempt a test from Lakshmikant, in Lakshmikant test, your score has to be 180 out of 200. Because your competition is actually with those candidates, those who already written means, those who have already given interview, and here some of them already got selected. If you have 1,000 seats, out of 1,000 seats, every year 300 to 400 seats are captured by already selected candidates, because they want to improve their rank, they want to change their service from railway to IAS, okay, or from allied service to main service. 300-400 लोग तो वो होंगे, and they already given prelims multiple time, or they know how to crack prelims. And if you give them a test from Lakshmikant, their score is 190 out of 200. They are very much clear with this concept. उनका score, उनसे competition आपका. Your competition, real competition is with these people, those who got already selected, those who have already given interview, those who have already appeared for the mains. And their score in polity is around 120 plus. Overall polity I'm saying. It is Lakshmikant 180 plus. And when student they give a test from Lakshmikant, their score come 90, they are happy with 90. You are 50%. आपका अगर पॉलिटी के टेस्ट में लक्ष्मीकांत में से 90 आ रहा है, योर रेंज इज 50 to 55. यूपीएससी में आपके 50-55 नंबर आएंगे. And if you get 160 plus from Lakshmikant test and other area also equally good, then like you can say yes, you are in the safe zone as far as UPSC preparation is concerned. Okay. Now next point is static area. See, many students they think it is the current affair, because of that they failed in exam. 90% candidate they failed in prelims because of the static area. बताता हूँ क्यों. Yes, you have to read current affair. I'm not against that. You have to cover current affair. But what is important here? Student, what they do, they cover static area as well. But the way you are covering static area, that is not sufficient. उसमें प्रॉब्लम है। See here, static area has to be that much strong that there is no scope for any mistake in static area. Out of 100 question, there will be 40 to 50 question which are from static area where your accuracy has to be 100%. यही गेम प्ले करते हैं। द रिमेनिंग 50 to 60 क्वेश्चंस वहां तो सबके तुक्के लगेंगे, where out of that like 50-60 question you get 10 correct, 20 correct, 25-30 correct, but this 40 questions, देखो I divide this in two parts, 50 and 50. 50 is your static part. Static part in the sense fundamental right से क्वेश्चन आ रहा है, TPSP से डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आ रहा है, इंडियन रिवर सिस्टम से every year there is a question, from modern history there are some area every year there is a question, Buddhism, Jainism, we know the boundary is 50% questions where you know the exact boundary what can be. Nanotechnology, biotechnology, you know, but whereas other area from science and tech, current affair plus science and tech, any new research, you don't know the boundary of that. Current affair is boundaryless. So this 50 where you know the exact boundary, you know what can be asked, this 50 is boundaryless. Here student what they do, they get 30 correct here. ठीक है, जिनके यहाँ पे 30 करेक्ट है, आउट ऑफ दिस 50 आई गारंटी यू विल नॉट गेट 30 करेक्ट, यहाँ कम रहेगा। यू हैव टू मैक्सिमाइज योर स्कोर है, यहाँ पे आपका 50 में से 40 प्लस तो करेक्ट होना ही होना चाहिए। ठीक है, so here if you can maximize your score here then only you will win safe zone। यहाँ से आपके 80 नंबर पक्का बनने चाहिए, plus 20, 25, 30 marks we will gain from an area which is a boundaryless, current affair, science and tech current affair, ecology and other areas which are vague, which are not defined कि क्या पूछे क्या ना पूछे। okay, so from that you have to score 30 odd, but यहाँ से तो you have to score 80 portion. If your score is less than 80 from this area, over, you have to score 80 from this static part. So for that, what I have seen student, they cover static. It's not like you are not doing static, you have read Lakshmikant, you have read other things, but the way it is required you have not done. There is a zero error scope from this area. You read Lakshmikant, give the test, see analysis. If you are doing mistake, it means you have not read properly. You have to read your weak areas again. Make a list of weak area, cover weak area again you make a list of weak area, cover. The static part इतना strong होना चाहिए because you have to compete with the people like here which are PT master, in the sense वो लक्ष्मीकांत रटे पड़े हैं, they are very much clear with the mapping उनको मतलब they can draw the map, आपसे रटा नहीं जा रहा, वो बना देते हैं map. Like last year I asked one of my student, he got selected 400 something rank ASIS. He already got selected in forest service. He was my student in Bazaar, where I have taken some classes of mapping. I have taught mapping. Then after that someday he has shown his notes to me. Now there is a saying, Guru good ho gaya, chela chini ho gaya. Chela chini ho gaya in the sense when student has really worked hard beyond what teacher has given. Okay. So here he told one point here, that video is on YouTube, our YouTube channel already there. He told for one question, if I have to give 2 days, I give. Because he is clear with other things. So he is targeting one extra questions. He have prepared mapping in such a way, if there are 6 questions from mapping, he get all 6. Okay, nearly 8-9 questions from mapping area every year we get, Indian mapping and world mapping. But you have to prepare in such a way where you can say with confidence, I will get 100% accuracy in mapping. You have to prepare your polity static in such a way where with confidence you can say 100% I will get. Then you get 90%. जब 100% को target करेंगे तब 90% आपका आए. You are doing static part, but जिस intention से static part करना है उससे नहीं करते आप. That what I realize. क्योंकि आपका जो कंपटीशन देखने का नजरिया वही गलत है. you see your competition is among yourself. आप टेस्ट सीरीज में बैठ रहे हो, where like the people those who have to appear for the first time in 2025 become your competitor. आपके लिए वो competition वो हो जाता है. But your real competition in UPSC is with those students, those who already got selected, those who already written mains and given interview, and there is a difference in the level. ठीक है, आपका यहीं आपकी गलती है. Where like what you see that your competition is with whom? Your main competition with those students those who are very good in static part. They need only 1.5 month to cover prelims because they are already good in static. उनको सिर्फ ब्रश अप करना है, एक बार लक्ष्मीकांत उठा के उनको बस दोबारा से रिवाइज करना है. They already know power of Lok Sabha, power of Rajya Sabha, president, parliament, everything they already know. They have to just revise this part. Okay, next. Okay. Next is, I tell you some technique for memorization. Okay. एक ऑनलाइन का कुछ डाउट है सर. माय क्वेश्चन इज दैट हाउ टू यूज प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर फॉर प्रीलिम्स. शुड वी गो thoroughly with those topic from A to Z or should we practice with unanswered option? Kindly tell us sir. Okay, is there still decent sufficient time with serious mode? Yes, we have time. Before I take this, there are two questions asked by like student on YouTube. One is, do we have decent time? Yes, we have. See, in month of July, we started our mentorship session for GS. The intention behind those mentorship session is, and I have taken session, ऐसे ही मैंने एक workshop ली थी, and I clearly told, I tell you because I know the crowd in Rajinder. मैं बताता हूँ क्या होता है. See here, student they give prelims, some of them fail in prelims, and what they happen, they have their mind prelims. But July, August, September, October, November are like here non-productive month for this student, and they again get serious in month of January. So I asked them to utilize it. मैंने उनको बोला you utilize July, August, September, October, November, and in 5 months they have prepared nearly 5 subject out of 8 subject. So now here 62.5% of syllabus is done. Only 37.5% is like need to be done in the remaining month. तो एक एज मिल गया ना. जनरली हम क्या करते हैं, हम ये मंथ वेस्ट कर देते हैं. बट हियर यू आर हियर ऑन 13 दिसंबर. आज की बात करता हूँ, आज 13 दिसंबर है. स्टूडेंट दे स्टार्ट देयर प्रिपरेशन विद ए सीरियस नोट इन द मंथ ऑफ. सम ऑफ देम स्टार्ट इन. अभी भी ऐसे स्टूडेंट है जो फरवरी और मार्च में सीरियसली वाली प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट करते हैं. So here I tell you, you have nearly 2 months which is going to be decide. आपके पास अभी भी 2 महीने हैं जो आपके कंपटीटर एक्चुअली वेस्ट करने वाले. फरवरी मार्च में तो हर कोई सीरियस होने वाला है. तो इफ यू विल बी सीरियस फ्रॉम टुडे इटसेल्फ और मिड ऑफ दिसंबर इटसेल्फ, 2 months, one subject required 20 days. So 60 days you can cover 3 subject in a better way. आप अपने 3 सब्जेक्ट अपनी मुट्ठी में ला सकते हो 2 महीने में, so that you will have as of over others. So we have sufficient time right now. ठीक है. स्टूडेंट्स दे स्टार्ट इन मंथ ऑफ फेब, स्टिल दे क्वालिफाई. ऐसा नहीं फेब वाले नहीं क्वालिफाई करते, बट थोड़ा रिस्की हो जाता है. देन दे हैव टू मैनेज ईच एंड एवरीथिंग इन दैट 3 and 4 months only. But you have adequate time right now. Don't like here waste this 2 month in a casual approach. पढ़ तो रहे हो, मैं नहीं मना कर रहा आप नहीं पढ़ रहे, बट यू कीप योर सेल्फ बिजी फॉर 8 hours. आप अपने आप को सिर्फ 8 घंटा बिजी रख रहे हो. दैट इज माई ऑब्जर्वेशन. 3 years back there was a student, एक relative के through, like she came to me, ठीक है, and I have done analysis of her preparation. She has failed in prelims for 3 times, and I have seen her preparations, her idea to prepare. I immediately told her that the way you are doing, you will get failed for next 3 more years. She was surprised. ऐसा कैसे? And I'm blunt. I straight forward tell the student, मैं आपसे झूठ नहीं बोलूंगा. कभी भी आप मेरे से पूछोगे ना, how's your preparation is going on, I will say yes, the way you are doing it's good, the way you are doing it is not good. I told her. Okay, so what is important? And she was surprised, sir, I'm studying from last 3 years. Yeah, I'm not doing any other thing. Daily 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, average 8 hours I'm studying. And I realized one thing. फिर मुझे एक चीज समझ में आई. Then I have met n number of candidate, and their point is, sir, I'm studying from 2 years, 3 years, still I'm failing in prelims. तो मुझे ये चीज समझ में आई. Nowadays, what student they are doing, they keep themselves busy for 8. क्या कर रहे हैं ना, क्योंकि उनको गिल्ट फीलिंग आएगी. आप 2 दिन खाली बैठ जाओगे ना, आपको गिल्ट फीलिंग आएगी. यू विल हैव ए गिल्ट फीलिंग that you are wasting your parents' money, you are not doing anything productive. Then what you started with just open your book. 2 hours you read Lakshmikant, then you got some pressure on your mind, then geography, then you have picked your newspaper for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, then some discussion with your friends, then chit chat, tea, coffee, then again 2 hours. So here 8 hours you are doing to avoid that guilt feeling. उससे guilt feeling तो दूर हो रही है, but whether it is in a proper structure way you are learning something. Is there any improvement in your score or not? Whether you are handling your weak areas or not, your weak areas still remain same, but you keep yourself busy for 8 hours. आपके weak area अगर कम नहीं हो रहे हैं, तो it means it is not a good work or a productive work you are. This is the main problem I have seen in students. They keep themselves busy for 8 hours just to avoid that guilt feeling. मैंने देखा है, नहीं तो like here you have a guilt feeling. So the point is, you have time. On a serious note, in a better way, you have to cover 3 subjects in next 2 months. Good way in the sense where you have to target your weak areas. Like what we do in our mentorship program. See, we divide one subject for 20. I give you an idea. Like polity syllabus, we divide it for 20 days. We give you day 1 target that you have to cover this syllabus. What I ask you, you have to read this. There are 2 intentions, casually and the intention what you expecting in the month of May. So my ideas, I ask all the students, those are in our mentorship program, you have to read in a way that you are going to read in month of May. उतनी intention से आपको पढ़ना है. There is a difference. Like here, I ask you to read 1 chapter of Lakshmikant. You will read casually. But I ask you to read 1 chapter of Lakshmikant, and evening I will ask 10 questions from that chapter. You can see the difference. If I ask you to read chapter of Lakshmikant, you will read casually, like a novel. You will enjoy the process. When I ask you that I will ask 10 questions in evening and read carefully, then you will have pencil in your hand, you will underline, and if you miss any point, like sometimes what happen when we study, our mind wander. ये कहीं भी भाग जाता है. पढ़ते पढ़ते अमेरिका चला गया, पढ़ते पढ़े हनीमून पे चला गया, लबासना के सपने देखने होता है. It wanders. That's why meditation. What is meditation? Meditation is you have to do exercise in such a way, it is a mental exercise, so that you can control your thoughts. Meditation is really good, but you have interest for that. Meditation से क्या होता है ना, then you can control your mind. आपका mind जो wander करता है ना, उसको control कर सकते हो, and that is required so that you have a full concentration. But what you do, see, if I ask you that you have to read this chapter and evening I will ask 10 questions and you have read paragraph and somehow your mind has lost somewhere, then what you will realize that you have not read that paragraph properly, you will read again. But if you read casually, okay, over. Your target is to complete the chapter, complete the book and so on. But if I will ask you question, you will read that paragraph again which you have lost because of your mind was somewhere else. तो आप उसको दोबारा पढ़ेंगे. So I ask to read that properly. Then we give them PYQ and MCQs on that particular topic. Okay. So same day we will judge them where they stand. After doing MCQs, I ask them to do analysis. How many correct, how many wrong. Then I ask them to revise again weak area. Generally student they read casually. You are at a level 1 where you read casually. Level 2 is where you read properly. Third level is after read properly, third level is you practice questions. Fourth level is practicing question के बाद you do analysis. Fifth level is you work on your weak area same day. It is time consuming process. In starting their speed is very less and they get frustrated also. Then every week I had interaction with them. Then I told yes, it is going to be happen. Earlier you might cover like here Lakshmikant in 5 days. But the way I ask you to cover, it will take 10 to 12 days, maybe 15 days. But if you spend 15 days the way I ask generally, in the second reading it will take 2 days. Like for example, you are reading casually, you take 10 days to cover Lakshmikant. What is the problem? In second reading also you will take 10. क्योंकि second reading में नई reading है आपके लिए. But if I ask you to do properly, you may take 17-18 days. Don't get frustrated. Because when you will do second reading, it will take just 5 days. क्योंकि आप अच्छे से कर चुके हो, आधी चीजें आप रट चुके हो already. It will not take 10 days for them. And the third reading will take only 2 days. So this investment will save your time for. यहाँ पे लोगों को frustration आ जाती है. Then come the role of mentor to tell them like this is the process. Your speed will be slow in starting, but you are doing really a good work. So you check where you are. You are at level 1, you are at level 2, level 3, level 4, level. अभी और बताता हूँ. Then after 20 days, this process we repeat for 20 days. Within 5 days, this happen. It is a natural. Within 5-6 days, student they get demoralized. Partial give up. उनको लगता है पॉलिटी बहुत हो गई. But here we ask them to continue. Just hold the pressure. Just continue. But the moment they continue for 2 subjects, then they get interest for the preparation. आएगा ये प्रेशर आता है. But when you are able to hold this pressure ना, देखो आपका माइंड ना आपको स्टार्टिंग में ही बेवकूफ बना सकता है. जब आपके माइंड को पता चल गया हाँ ये बेवकूफ बनने लायक है, तो आपको हमेशा बेवकूफ बनाता रहेगा. But when you will not follow your mind and you follow what you want and you ask your mind to do according to you, then your mind will say, mind is like a child. आप बच्चे की साइकोलॉजी देखना. चाइल्ड मतलब वो नादान नहीं है, चाइल्ड हरामी होते हैं. आपको बता दूं मैं, इतने तेज तरार होते हैं ना बच्चे. यू नो द साइकोलॉजी ऑफ चाइल्ड, चाइल्ड नो योर साइकोलॉजी. चाइल्ड को आपकी साइकोलॉजी पता है कि इसको बेवकूफ कैसे बनाया जा सकता है. रोएगा, कुछ और एक्टिंग करेगा, एंड वंस यू आर इन देयर ट्रैप देन दे नो यस अब तो ये मेरे कब्जे में. बट इफ यू आर नॉट इन ट्रैप देन दे स्टार्ट वर्क. फिर वो काम करना भी स्टार्ट करेंगे और वट एवर यू वांट फ्रॉम देम दे विल डू. सेम माइंड. माइंड बहुत आरामी चीज है. ठीक है. माइंड इज लाइक ए चाइल्ड. See here, mind will try to divert you from your main goal daily, multiple time, every second, every hour. But you have to control it. It will be difficult for starting 20, 30, 40 days. But the moment your mind got a message कि ये नहीं मानने वाला भाई ये ढीठ इंसान है, then your mind will do all the work. It is a wonderful machinery given by the God. Whatever pressure you can put on your mind, it can hold. You can mug up 20 book page to page. It is that much memory you have. You are not reading factual things. You are not able to remember things. I tell you, it has wonderful capacity. But we are not utilizing it. क्योंकि हमें बीच बीच में बेवकूफ बनाता है. हमें वो बनना नहीं है. It will happen. 5 days, you get a feeling of give up. This is called partial give up. 10 days again you get that feeling. 20 days. But once you continue for 40 days, then your mind will come to know कि now he will put pressure and we have to, तो काम करना ही पड़ेगा. So 20 days, after 20 days, we give one full length test to the student. Polity का 100 question. And I give them target कि 120 marks आने चाहिए. In the very first year of mentorship तो मैं 140 बोलता था. That girl Neha, I asked, your score has to be 140. ठीक है? She used to target like आते थे पहले टेस्ट में 120 आ गए या 110 आ गए. Then I asked, make a list of the area where still you have problem. Why it is not 140? I ask कि 140 क्यों नहीं आए? Make a list of weak area. I give 2 days. Revise polity again. See, can you see that your mind want to give up polity from the day 5 itself? But I ask you to continue for 20 days. And now you want to give up. जैसे exercise कर रहे हैं, set लगा रहे हैं. You have done 3 set and you are over. Your trainer do one more set. क्या बीतेगी दिमाग पे? Like your mind to give up that polity, want to start new subject, but still I asked to do. But this work at the 4th set, वही muscle बननी है, वही काम होना है. This 2 days when you again work on your weak areas, that is the quality. Then after 2 days again give one for full length test, because you have done filtration. You have work on your weak areas which is required. This is the process. Pain है, it is a painful process, but 40 days. Otherwise it is a painful for 3 years. हर साल negative result आएगा, painful. Starting 40 days, it is really a painful process. Your mind want to give up, but continue, 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 continue. Don't do partial give up. Where 3-4 days you read one subject, then you change the subject. It is not going to. Don't take multiple subjects at a time. I'm in a favor maximum 2 subjects at a time. Many people they suggest take multiple subjects so that you have a variation. But what मेरा ये मानना है, multiple subject at a time hamper your learning of that particular subject. You can't do justification with that subject. You have to do that subject in the depth. Depth जब ही आएगी जब when you give more time to that subject in a stretch, you will able to consolidate. You have to work on your weak areas. You are doing level 1, you have to go to level 5, 6. तभी आएगा जब you give proper time in a stretch to a particular subject. Okay. Now next is I was talking about memorization. अच्छा एक और डाउट था कि like prelims के questions को कैसे work करें. See here prelims questions में there are answer options given. Yes, there are 50% questions. We have to work on other answer options also. Try to learn from other answer options which are given. But in some questions answer options are dummy answer options. If answer option is A, there is no learning you will get from B, C, D. That type of question you avoid. But if there are the question from answer options you have better learning, you try to work on all the 4 answer option A है, so still when you have time you work on B, C, D also. You check what is the concept of B, whether you know that concept or not. C, D, so you have depth knowledge for your subject. And what you have to do when you give test, maintain a register where you just work on your weak areas and monthly try to revise your weak areas also, because weak area will disturb. Now next is memorization. There are different technique of memorization. One is cramming, rectification. Okay. See here, I have seen many students, they treat cramming is like black or white, but it is not black white, it is different shade of gray. Black and white in the sense many students they like just follow cramming only. They try to cram each and everything. That is not going to work for UPSC because UPSC syllabus is too. And some students they think cramming is something which is bad. उनको लगता है cramming करना पाप है. It's not like that. There are factual things you have to cram also. But you cannot dependent on only cramming for your entire syllabus because syllabus बहुत बड़ा है. Some part of your syllabus, yes, you can do cramming, but you have to do other technique also for better memorization. Second technique is like here story or script. I have seen student like during your college days or school days, you might be have participated in some extracurricular activities where poem, story, script. So if you have that ability in you, so what you do, you can write a script for some content like history ka governor general. So you can write a script of your own, because when you remember the thing in a script way, you can remember the sequence or chronology. जहाँ पे आपको ये पता होना चाहिए इस गवर्नर जनरल के बाद ये आया, इसके बाद ये आया, एक स्टोरी बना लो उसकी, इफ यू हैव दैट एबिलिटी इन यू. ठीक है. थर्ड थिंग इज विजुअलाइज. फॉर दैट यू कैन मेक माइंड मैप, ट्राई टू विजुअलाइज. चीजों को विजुअलाइज करेंगे, बिकॉज व्हेन यू रीड एंड व्हेन यू हैव ए विजुअलाइजेशन फॉर दैट थिंग, विजुअलाइजेशन मींस हम अपने माइंड को थोड़ा बेवकूफ बनाते हैं. सी हियर आई टेक ज्योग्राफी मैपिंग पार्ट. देयर आर टू प्लेसेस. प्लेस ए यू हैव बीन टू देयर, प्लेस बी यू हैव रेड. If you have been to any place, you have better memory about that place. If there is a question from that place, you will not get wrong answer. कि आप वहां गए हो. But here what you can do, you can visualize it. आप हर जगह तो नहीं जा सकते. You can take video on YouTube, you can take images on Google's. So here that have better impact on your mind rather than content only. So if you feed your mind with pictorial thing, your mind have better memory. उसको अगर आप पिक्टोरल थीम से फीड करोगे ना, वो ज्यादा अच्छे से याद कर सकते हैं. ट्राई टू विजुअलाइज. उस चीज का ना माइंड में एक विजुअलाइजेशन बनाओ. ठीक है. फोर्थ थिंग इज कनेक्ट विद योर सराउंडिंग. I tell you example. Just one example. You can use it in other way also. Like here, connect with your surrounding. Like in history, we read about Lord Curzon. But you never read Lord. You have never seen Lord Curzon. Might be any of your relative. Whenever you go to your home, ask क्या चल रहा है भाई लाइफ. कोई तो कर्जन है. Who trouble you always when you go to your hometown. तो कर्जन की जगह उसका फेस याद रख लो. Then try to think कर्जन ने ये कि हाँ ये मेरा रिलेटिव ये कर सकता है, तो यही तो कर्जन है. तो then you have better idea. या फिर कभी नहीं भूलोगे वो. You will connect with the surrounding. Fifth one is mnemonic. This is really a wonderful technique I use in geography mapping. I ask student to use in polity and other areas. Mnemonic means coding, acronym. See here, when you have to remember thing in a sequence and you have to remember big things, you can make some mnemonic for that. There are two type of mnemonic, good mnemonic, bad mnemonic. By bad mnemonic, I mean dirty mnemonic. Problem with good mnemonic, उनकी life छोटी होती है. जो शरीफ निमोनिक होते हैं वो ज्यादा लंबे नहीं चलते. जो बदमाश निमोनिक टाइप डर्टी निमोनिक है, that go for like here 1 year 2 year or depend on the dirtiness you have used in that mnemonic. बुढ़ापे में भी याद आता. I learned this technique from one of my flatmate. डॉक्टर था वो, like preparing for MD. So they have to remember too many things. So he guided me about it. So you can use it. But when you use it, don't share your notebook with anybody else. But I realize one thing, mnemonic में student के साथ मैंने एक problem देखी है. When they start making mnemonic, they make too many mnemonics. इतने ज़्यादा mnemonic बना देते हैं, later on they need mnemonic for mnemonic. ऐसा नहीं कि हर चीज़ के लिए mnemonic बनाने बैठ जाओ. You have to make good mnemonic. Good mnemonic in the sense, see here. Whenever I make mnemonic, I try my best to include that thing in the mnemonic. जैसे मैंने एक निमोनिक बनाया था पंच प्रयाग के लिए, 5 कॉन्फ्लुएंसेस के लिए निमोनिक बनाया था. बड़ा नान खा पी कर राम देव प्रयाग गया. ठीक है. बड़ा नान खा पी कर राम देव प्रयाग गया. जनरली स्टूडेंट दे मिस. आप पढ़ोगे भूल जाओगे, फिर अगले महीने पढ़ोगे फिर भूल जाओगे. मुझे ये 6 साल से रटा हुआ है. ठीक है. देवप्रयाग गया. व्हाट इज देवप्रयाग? योर कॉन्फ्लुएंस ऑन इन उत्तराखंड देयर आर 5 कॉन्फ्लुएंसेस. ठीक है. और ये निमोनिक इतना बेहतरीन है. हियर इन दिस निमोनिक यू हैव द नेम ऑफ दैट कॉन्फ्लुएंस एंड यू हैव रिवर आल्सो. वी फॉर विष्णु, सबसे पहले विष्णु प्रयाग. Here it is Dholi Ganga and Alaknanda. Alaknanda is common. There is a river Alaknanda and there are different river meet in Alaknanda and we have Prayag. पहला प्रयाग है विष्णु प्रयाग. Second one is Nand Prayag. And for Nand, here Alaknanda and Nandakini. There is a river Nandakini meet Alaknanda and Nand Prayag. This is Karn Prayag. Where Alaknanda and Pindar Ganga. Then it is Rudra Prayag. Alaknanda and Mandakini meet at Rudra Prayag. At Dev Prayag, you know, Alaknanda and Bhagirathi meet. So here try to include starting mnemonic might cost you 1 hour or 2 hours. पहला mnemonic बनाने में 2 घंटे भी लग सकते हैं. But once you have this skill, you will be very fast in mnemonic. 5 मिनट में 10 मिनट में mnemonic बनने start होंगे. But don't be in hurry to make mnemonic like you take 2 seconds and make mnemonic. तो निमोनिक ऐसा हो जो इम्पैक्टफुल हो. देखिए 6 साल से काम चला रहा है, ठीक है, एंड वी नो लाइक ये निमोनिक है किसके लिए एंड एवरीथिंग इज क्लियर. प्रयाग भी क्लियर है, सारी रिवर्स भी क्लियर है. इट मे टेक टाइम बट यू हैव टू मेक रियली गुड निमोनिक. ओके, सो दिस इज द आइडिया. ठीक है, मेनली द टेस्ट सीरीज मैनेजमेंट, पार्शियल गिव अप. सो दिस are the things what I have noticed, what I have observed. Generally students, they are having this type of problem in their UPSC preparation. So it is a two-way interaction. Anything you want to discuss, any doubt you have, any one of you? Yes, acha, there is one more doubt, when to switch for prelims preparation. एक जनरल डाउट है कि prelims की प्रिपरेशन के लिए कब स्विच करना. And here might be you find some topper has solved, then in month of March till Feb you have to prepare for your mains, and in month of March you have to start your prelims preparation. I tell you, because they are not wrong. Generally it has to be like this, but they don't know where you stand. All of you are at different level. So what is important here? In your prelims you have two subjects, GS and C. If you are okay with GS as well as CSAT, where only you have to revise and you have to appear for the prelims, then don't start for your prelims preparation right now. अभी prelims मत start करो क्योंकि आपका GS और CSAT दोनों prepare है. If in case, then after even 15th March it's okay. You need only 2 months for your prelims preparation. आपको सिर्फ 2.5 month चाहिए. आप फिर मार्च में ही start करना. But your prelims is already ready. Only the thing you have to revise, you have to practice PYQ, some MCQs, then it is okay. But here next stage come where one of your subject is okay. You are good in GS or you are good in C. It means you have to do only one subject. Okay. Then you can prepare for your mains till 26 January or till 5th of Feb. After that you have to switch for your prelims. But you have problem with GS, you have problem with CSAT, both the subject, and you are planning to appear in 2025. या तो आप ये attempt skip करना चाह रहे हो, that you want to do a preparation in such a way that you want to do all of your answer writing before your attempt, you want to cover all your gap areas, you are planning to appear in 2026. That is good अगर वैसा है. But there is a pressure and in any case you want to appear in 2025. So here maximum 1st January or from today itself you can switch to your prelims preparation, continue your mains preparation till 15th of January, but have a mode of prelims. अभी से थोड़ा prelims के mode में आपने start करना पड़ेगा, otherwise here it is really harmful, it is really painful to get failed in prelims again and again. बाद में जाके तो ये टारगेट होता है सर एक बार बस मेंस लिख लूं मैं, मेरी दिल से ये इच्छा. मतलब ऐसा होता है पहले अटेम्प्ट में दे वांट फर्स्ट रैंक, सिंगल डिजिट रैंक, तो ऐसे मल्टीपल फेलियर इन प्रीलिम्स देखने के बाद ना लास्ट अटेम्प्ट में आके देयर आर मेनी स्टूडेंट दे कम टू मी, सर आई हैव वन ख्वाहिश, बस एक बार मेंस लिखना, आई डोंट वांट टू गेट सिलेक्टेड एनी मोर नाउ. ठीक है, हो गया तो बल्ले बल्ले है, दैट इज बोनस. ठीक है, बट मुझे प्रीलिम्स निकालना ही नहीं. So that is really painful. Ki like here you are in a vicious circle of getting failed in prelims and again. You have to break this vicious circle at any cost. You would have done your mains preparation in the last 3-4 months. अगर ऐसा था कि अगर आपको मेंस और प्री दोनों मैनेज करने थे तो आपके पास 5-6 महीने थे. आपने प्रीलिम्स दिया था जून में, तो यू हैड जून, जुलाई, अगस्त, सितंबर, अक्टूबर, नवंबर, which one for your optional for your mains preparation. Since you are struggling with your prelims again and again, maybe because of GS, maybe because of CSAT, maybe because of both, so here you have to switch to your prelims preparation. And I tell you, देखो इससे क्या कि ये इट इज नॉट द बेस्ट स्ट्रेटजी, इसमें गलतियां हैं स्ट्रेटजी में, क्योंकि योर मेंस इज नॉट दैट मच प्रिपेयर्ड एंड आई एम आस्किंग टू डू योर प्रीलिम्स प्रिपरेशन. मतलब ये फुल प्रूफ स्ट्रेटजी नहीं है, बट देयर इज नो अदर ऑप्शन बिकॉज यू हैव टू अपीयर फॉर 2025 एंड टू राइट मेंस प्रीलिम्स क्वालिफाई करना बहुत जरूरी. नहीं तो मेंस आप टेस्ट सीरीज में ही लिख पाओगे, कोचिंग में ही लिख पाओगे. इफ यू वांट टू राइट मेंस इन यूपीएससी एग्जामिनेशन हॉल, फॉर दैट यू हैव टू क्रैक दिस प्रीलिम्स and this is the best. फिर क्या करेंगे हम, although it is not a fool proof strategy, I already told you, हम prelims देंगे अच्छे से and make sure you qualify prelims, then you will have around 3.5 month. 3 month इस बार कम थे क्योंकि पेपर पोस्टपोन हुआ था because of election, but generally there are 100 days, 100 दिन का टाइम होता है मेंस के. and mains in your hand, prelims in examiner hand. प्रीलिम्स में वो क्या पूछेगा, मेंस में वो क्या पूछेगा, ठीक है, बट हम क्या लिखेंगे वो अपने हाथ में है ना. प्रीलिम्स में तो आप कुछ और आंसर तो नहीं लिख सकते, यू हैव टू मार्क द करेक्ट आंसर. इन मेंस, like I can tell you this 100 people, if I give you a question which has not been covered in coaching, all of you write different answer. सबके आंसर में कुछ ना कुछ वेरिएशन मिलेगा पक्का. So here it depend on the answer writing skill. And for that 100 days are more than enough. मतलब मेंस को मैनेज किया जा सकता है. आई हैव n number of example, many student I have guided, they were not prepared for mains at all, but they qualify prelims and I told them how to manage mains and they have managed. मेंस में थोड़ा सा आपके हाथ में है चीज. with less knowledge also you can get good marks in, but with less knowledge you cannot qualify. क्योंकि प्रीलिम्स में अलग गेम है, मेंस अलग गेम है. मेंस में लाइक थिंग्स इन योर हैंड. आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूं बिकॉज इट इज नॉट द टाइम टू टॉक अबाउट मेंस. देयर इज ए कैंडिडेट ए, कैंडिडेट बी, एंड इट हैज हैपन एन नंबर ऑफ टाइम. और हर साल ऐसा ऐसा होता है. कैंडिडेट ए हैव वंडरफुल नॉलेज, नॉट 20 पॉइंट अबाउट दैट क्वेश्चन. कैंडिडेट बी हैव ओनली 5 पॉइंट. So if you will manage prelims, maybe you are candidate B, आप candidate A ना बन पाओ शायद. Here I have seen candidate A have 20 points, write only 2 point and detail analysis. 2 ही point लिखता है और उसका detail analysis लिखता है. Whereas candidate B write all the 5 points. Paper 1, paper 2, paper 3 is a rapid fire program. Candidate B get extra marks क्योंकि उसने 5 dimensions cover किया है. कैंडिडेट ए हैज कवर ओनली 2 डायमेंशन. तो एग्जामिनर को क्या लगेगा कि बी को ज्यादा नॉलेज है. एक्चुअली नॉलेज किसको ज्यादा है, ए को. तो हाउ वी विल जज योर नॉलेज, यू विल नॉट गोइंग टू टेल सर मेरे को तो 20 पॉइंट आते थे. आपकी कॉपी आपको रिप्रेजेंट कर रही है. योर कॉपी विल टेल हाउ मेनी पॉइंट्स यू नो. तो दिस कैन बी डन. देखो प्रीलिम्स निकालना इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है बिकॉज आई हैव सीन एन नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स, दे आर नॉट एबल टू क्लियर प्रीलिम्स फॉर मल्टीपल टाइम. so you have to break this vicious. मेंस कैन बी मैनेज. मेंस को 3 महीने में मैनेज किया जा सकता है. हाँ, ऐसा ना हो कि कोचिंग ना की हो, ऑप्शनल सिलेक्ट कर रहे हो वहां जाके, तब नहीं होगा. इतना भी नहीं हुआ है कि आप ऑप्शनल वहां चूज कर रहे हो प्री के वक्त. उतना मैं तुर्रम खान नहीं हूँ कि आपको उस टाइम में मैं ऑप्शनल भी तैयार करवा दूं, आपको मेंस की आंसर राइटिंग करा दूं. एटलीस्ट आपने अपने ऑप्शनल प्रिपेयर कर लिया खुद से या कोचिंग से, बट यू हैव नॉट डन आंसर राइटिंग, देन इट इज मैनेजेबल इन 100. एनी अदर डाउट? Okay, so you got this booklet. In this booklet, what we have done, वी हैव गिवन द थीम्स. अच्छा एक चीज और बताता हूँ क्विक. दिस इज योर 100% सिलेबस, दिस इज योर कोर सिलेबस, and you have to identify this core syllabus, because 100% syllabus you cannot cover with the same intention. पूरा syllabus आप अच्छे से नहीं कर सकते. Here this is your 25% of syllabus, but it is that important 75% question from this core area every year. And how you come to know? You have to refer PY. And for you people, we have done this. You can check the themes and you have checked the questions. जैसे आप देखेगा सिटीजन इन इंडिया लास्ट 10 ईयर का 2013 टू 2024, लास्ट 12 ईयर्स. ठीक है. तो यू कैन सी फंडामेंटल राइट, डीपीएसपी फंडामेंटल ड्यूटी. तो एवरेज देर इज 1 क्वेश्चन पर ईयर. इसमें देख लो 10-12 क्वेश्चन दिख जाएंगे. लेजिस्लेचर में देर आर मोर देन 12 क्वेश्चन इन लास्ट 12 ईयर. एग्जीक्यूटिव, जुडिशरी. तो हियर इट टेल यू द वेटेज. अब जैसे ये एंशिएंट हिस्ट्री है, पेज नंबर 3 पे, बुद्धिज्म एंड जैनिज्म. ठीक है. बुद्धिज्म जैनिज्म पे देखोगे ना कितने सारे क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. इट मीन्स ऑन एन एवरेज 1.5 क्वेश्चन पर ईयर. तो 1 से 2 क्वेश्चन और किसी भी टॉपिक से. आई टेल यू हाउ यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई योर सिलेबस. सिलेबस को कैसे आपने देखना है. तो हेयर ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट, मैं ये बात कर रहा था. वी विल शेयर दिस पीडीएफ ऑन आवर ऑफिशियल टेलीग्राम चैनल फॉर ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट. आईएएस सेतु ऑफिशियल टेलीग्राम चैनल है उस पे. ये देखो लेजिस्लेचर से 12 साल में कितने क्वेश्चन है. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. नियरली 2 क्वेश्चन पर ईयर. So you have to make a list of the topic. There are the topic every year you have two or multiple questions. Very 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 important. इससे तो क्वेश्चन गलत होना ही नहीं चाहिए. Every year multiple question. Then you will find there are topic every year 1 question. Very 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 important. एक क्वेश्चन आना like it is big deal. Don't miss it. 2 marks. IAS non-IAS, सिलेक्टेड नॉन सिलेक्टेड, प्रीलिम्स क्वालिफाइड नॉट क्वालिफाइड. 2 नंबर की वैल्यू तुम क्या जानो रमेश बाबू. हाँ. एवरी हाफ मार्क्स इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. डोंट बी दानवीर कर्ण कि 2 नंबर से मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. देन देयर आर टॉपिक एवरी 2 ईयर देयर इज 1 क्वेश्चन. मींस 12 साल में 6 क्वेश्चन जिसमें इंपॉर्टेंट. एवरी 5 ईयर इज 1 क्वेश्चन. ओके. 10 ईयर 1 क्वेश्चन. इट इज अ रैंडम. We have to put very less energy for this. Here this is very very important. So this will give you idea about themes. आपको पता चल जाएगा कि लेजिस्लेचर में कैसे क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं. तो you have to read this, you cover it. That will like here channelize your energy in a better way. आपने कोर एरिया पे ज्यादा एनर्जी डालनी है. I'm not asking to ignore periphery, but first you have to cover your core area in a strong way, then you have to work on periphery. ऐसा ना हो पहले periphery में टाइम वेस्ट करो फिर कोर पे ध्यान दो. कोर आपका बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग होना चाहिए. Here the topic from where every year there is a 1 question, 2 question, multiple question और every 2 year 1 question. जिस भी टॉपिक की वेटेज हाफ क्वेश्चन या ज्यादा है, that like is very very important. उसको तो रगड़ दो अच्छे से. Okay, so we are starting our prelims mentorship program. We don't conduct any test series such that. Test series is available in the market. Test series culture we don't have. We have only 2 programs, CSAT and GS mentorship. जहाँ हम मेहनत करते हैं, आगे और हम करते ही नहीं. What we have done, we combine mentorship with our test series type. Daily we give target. I give an idea. Daily target. Daily like here you have to do MCQs. Whatever problem you face, you will be assigned with 1 mentor. And one wonderful thing we have done, 2. There will be single mentor assigned throughout your preparation. ऐसा नहीं कि आपके mentor बदलते हैं, हम mentor एक ही रखते हैं. And second thing is we have wonderful performance track record. मेरे पास सिस्टम में सबकी परफॉर्मेंस रहती है डेली बेसिस. We have one person who update on the system कि today like this is our student A, he has done this and this day he has not done this target. then we give call them कि भाई क्या हो रहा है तुम्हारे साथ, क्यों नहीं कर रहे, what are the problem you are facing. Okay. So if you are looking for that program, you can ask at reception. Kavita will help you with the detail. If in case you need half an hour free mentorship session, okay, you can just give your detail. We will give a time slot. You can have a discussion with mentor. For online student, we conduct on Zoom. So how come online student can take half an hour free mentorship session? I give a number 88266196999. You can call on this number and you can fix your half an hour mentorship session with the mentor. But point is, you have to utilize this 2 months. This 2 month is going to decide. अगर ये आने वाले 2 महीने में अगर आपने 3 सब्जेक्ट अच्छे से कर लिए ना, then you will have less burden in month of April, and otherwise you will have too much burden in month of April, and which maybe your mind will able to handle or not handle. और जब तक अगर काम चोरी की आदत पड़ेगी वैसे ही अप्रैल मई में फिर वैसे ही नहीं करेगा. Once your mind is काम चोर, it is always calm. Your mind keep on delaying the target. अगर वो अभी अप्रैल बोल रहा है ना, अप्रैल से मई पे आएगा, मई से 24 मई पे आएगा, 24 मई से 25 मई की सुबह आएगा, फिर कहेगा नेक्स्ट ईयर. इट कीप ऑन डीलिंग द टास्क, बट यू हैव टू कंट्रोल इट. सब माइंड का खेल है. Any other thing you want to discuss? Anything you have faced during prelims exam for your UPSC preparation? Any other thing? Yes. What is the difference between daily newspaper and the magazine? See, if you can read daily newspaper and you know how to read, एक होता है न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना, एक होता है आपको पता भी है न्यूज़पेपर कैसे पढ़ना है, then it is really wonderful. But if you don't know how to read and you are reading your newspaper and you are wasting your 2 hours daily, then it is not going to work. Then you discuss with someone who is experienced. If you have in your circle, okay, otherwise you can meet our mentor. You should know before reading the newspaper how to read, how to utilize the time, and it is really wonderful. But here your target is pending, many things are pending, you are doing concrete work. If you want to utilize this 2 hours in better way, या तो एक तो काम चोरी है, आपका माइंड नॉट अलाउइंग टू डू 2 hours, योर माइंड विल से चलो डू काम चोरी. व्हाट इज काम चोरी? मैगजीन इज काम चोरी एक्चुअली. But if you can utilize this 2 hour time which you have to spend on newspaper in your static area for your CSAT, where you can score better than your current affair, means you are compensating this time somewhere else in an effective manner, then what you do, you read monthly magazine, but then don't read only one monthly magazine, you refer two different magazines you have to read. That means like here you have to refer 2 different magazines for every month. Like for December, you can refer one magazine from one source and one more magazine from others. Okay, so that if this magazine has covered 100 concepts, maybe more or less overlapping, 90 concept overlap honge, you get 10 extra concept from other magazine. And after that you have to do one more thing. Then you have to do your yearly compilation of your current affairs. It is not a foolproof work. Foolproof is newspaper if you can manage. There are different type of students. They do newspaper daily basis, but they don't know how to do. वो भी गलत है. You are wasting your time. You are doing your newspaper and you know how to do, then it is wonderful. उससे बढ़िया कुछ नहीं. But here you don't want to do newspaper, so you want to save your 2 hours for your web series, for your chai sutta, for other things, then better enjoy your life. If you are not covering newspaper, then you promise that 2 hours you will spend somewhere else which will be more effective. So you can cover your static area, you can make your static area very strong so that you can compensate that. Then you can cover max. You see where you stand. No, you have not got my answer. This is not sufficient. यू हैव टू डू मंथली मैगजीन ऑल्सो, पहली चीज तो नॉट ओनली सिर्फ ईयरली कंपाइलेशन, यू हैव टू डू मंथली प्लस ईयरली, ठीक है। इवन दिस इज नॉट सफिशिएंट, better is you are doing your newspaper, that is the better thing. But here it is not hard and fast rule you have to cover newspaper, you can skip newspaper, but provided that you utilize that time in a better way, you have to compensate. क्योंकि आप जब न्यूज़पेपर ना पढ़ के सिर्फ मैगजीन करोगे ना, आपका स्कोर करंट अफेयर में कंप्रोमाइज होगा, ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आपका स्कोर उतना ही आएगा। इफ यू आर डूइंग न्यूज़पेपर प्रॉपरली, फॉर एग्जांपल यू टारगेट 30 मार्क्स इन योर प्रीलिम्स फ्रॉम योर करंट अफेयर, अगर न्यूज़पेपर कर रहे हैं, अगर आप मैगजीन एंड ये करेंगे तो 20 नंबर ही टारगेट कर पाएंगे। आप सिर्फ अगर ईयरली कंपाइलेशन कर रहे हो वो भी अच्छे तरीके से, सिर्फ 10 नंबर टारगेट कर, अगर वो भी नहीं कर रहे तो 0 नंबर टारगेट कर, तो डिपेंड द रेंज, ठीक है। आइडल तो ये है, बट हियर व्हाट हैपन, डेली 2 आवर 360 days means 720 hour. Some student they make a strategy in such a way कि I will do monthly magazine plus yearly compilation, यहाँ सिर्फ 10 नंबर का लॉस हो रहा है। I can utilize that time in a better way where I can score 15 extra marks. अगर मैं स्टैटिक इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग कर लूंगा, मैं 15 नंबर गेन कर लूंगा, तो नेट रिजल्ट इज 5। तो ये कैलकुलेशन, देखो अगर मेरे से पूछो कि आइडल क्या है, आइडल तो आपको न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना आना चाहिए और न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना चाहिए, आइडल तो ये है। बट इट इज नॉट हार्ड एंड फास्ट कि न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ के ही आईएएस बनते हैं, बिना न्यूज़पेपर मंथली मैगजीन और इससे भी हो सकता है, बट प्रोवाइडेड दैट यू कंपनसेट। ऐसा नहीं कि आप ये करके आप 30 नंबर लाओगे, नहीं आ सकते। अगर आपका न्यूज़पेपर अच्छे से पढ़ने से 30 नंबर आ रहे हैं, मंथली मैगजीन एंड ईयरली कंपाइलेशन से 20 ही आएंगे, सिर्फ ईयरली कंपाइलेशन से 10 ही आएंगे। अगर आप यहाँ 20 नंबर कंपनसेट कर रहे हो तो 20 नंबर की बजाय फिर 25 नंबर कहीं और गेन करने पड़ेंगे, यू हैव टू कंपनसेट। फिर आपको अपनी स्ट्रेटेजी इस तरीके से बनानी है कि यहाँ 20 नंबर का लॉस है तो कहीं और 25 नंबर गेन करने, यू हैव टू यूटिलाइज दैट टाइम इन ए बेटर वे समवेयर एल्स। तो वो उसके लिए एक अलग स्ट्रेटेजी बनानी पड़ेगी। आर यू गेटिंग माय आंसर? ठीक है, ये डिफरेंस, ईयरली कंपाइलेशन इज नॉट सफिशिएंट। तो न्यूज़पेपर है, बट न्यूज़पेपर में प्रॉब्लम क्या आती है, टाइम, ठीक है, एंड दैट टाइम इज ए मेन थिंग। डेली 2 hour फॉर न्यूज़पेपर माइट नॉट बी हैंडी फॉर समवन। तो आप देख लो आपको क्या करना है, कैसे उसको यूटिलाइज करना है, दैट यू कैन टेक ए कॉल। दैट इज द नेक्स्ट लेवल। ये कह रहा है कि न्यूज़पेपर के नोट्स भी बनाने चाहिए, बना सकते हो, बिल्कुल बहुत बढ़िया है अगर बना सकते हो, इफ यू हैव टाइम फॉर दैट। दैट इज द नेक्स्ट लेवल थिंग। सम पीपल दे मेंटेन 4 रजिस्टर, paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4 of GS. If you get any news related to paper 1, they just add in their paper 1 register so that they can use that information in their answer writing. ये और बेहतरीन है, can maintain that also. So there are different variation, आप किस लेवल पे क्या करना चाह रहे हो, बट देर इज नो फिक्स स्ट्रेटेजी। ऐसा नहीं कि यही एक फिक्स गोल है, देर आर डिफरेंट स्ट्रेटेजी, एवरीवन हैव डिफरेंट स्ट्रेटेजी, हाउ यू कंपनसेट। यहाँ पे अगर 10 नंबर का मार्क्स का लॉस उठा रहे हो तो कहीं और बेटर कर रहे हो, वो भी सही, ठीक है। यहाँ पे 10 नंबर स्कोर कर रहे हो, वहां पे भी मैनेज कर रहे हो, दैट इज ऑल्सो ओके। ओवरऑल इट इज ए सो मेनी परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन वी हैव इन आवर प्रिपरेशंस, यू डिसाइड व्हाट यू वांट एंड देन वी कैन गाइड यू। हाँ इसकी तरह ये कर लो या ये कर लो, इट इज गोइंग टू, बट देर आर सर्टेन थिंग एवरीवन हैव टू डू, 4 areas, अवॉइड पार्शल गिव अप, यू हैव टू डू पोस्ट टेस्ट एनालिसिस, तो बहुत सारी चीजें जो सबको कर। ओके जी, ओके, थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स।